If you would have asked me 15 years ago, would you see yourself homeless? I would have told you no. There's no way I'd ever be homeless. And here I sit as a homeless human for 10 plus years. No matter what, I'm gonna have to deal with it at some point in time. The trauma of the streets. And with this transition into housing, it is imperative that I deal with it. I'm thrilled to death. I didn't believe it, even when they handed me the keys and I signed the paperwork, until I walked in and then I started crying. I'm Rachel Hayes. I'm 56. I'm clean and sober, and I'm out here surviving for my life. It's a little short, so I always sleep with my feet hanging out, but I don't care. And he sleeps with his head hanging out half the time. Day in the life of the homeless out here. I wake up and I make coffee and tea every morning. Sometimes I'll make breakfast, or I'll go to one of the feedings to get breakfast. I make everything on that. Steak and eggs, spaghetti, lots of vegetables. Most of us get EBT out here. It's only $250 a month. Comes out to $6 and some odd change a day. It's a community out here, and if I have it, I'll cook for my neighbors. If my neighbors have it, they'll bring it to me and we'll cook it. I shower when I can at St. Vinny's, and I take care of Nino in the morning, and that's about as normal as it gets out here. You have to have normalcy when you're homeless. If you don't, it will drive you to insanity being out here. How do I survive? I have really good neighbors. This morning, thank God, these two gentlemen did my stuff for me because I wasn't here, because you never know what morning they're gonna hit you. They posted a notice at 8 o'clock saying that we had to move our stuff from that side of the street to this one. Gives us 3 hours, and they come through and clean, and they do a half-assed job, and then we move all our stuff back. It will take a total of 8 to 11, and then we move back around noon or 1, and then another 3 hours on top of that to get everything set up. It takes all day. So God forbid I've missed a multitude of doctor's appointments because of the abatement, because they keep switching the days. Like, if it wasn't for all of us helping each other, making sure, like, if my neighbors are out of town, my other neighbor and I make sure all their stuff is moved across the street so they don't lose their belongings. They're supposed to go through it and take anything that they think you would think is valuable. They don't do any of that. They throw walkers away, they throw bicycles away, they throw away all your important documents, they throw away your clothes, they throw away your whole entire life in your tent, because that's what we have out here. It is our life and our belongings, and this is all we have. And they throw everything we have away if you're not out here. I left the stove in the pot with you. I'm covering my neighbor, little mama, so that way she can change her clothes to go to her appointment. This is Serenity. She's pregnant and she's homeless out here, and she's been trying to get a bottom bunk for months and to no avail, and she's been denied.
I've been on the street since 2 or 3 months before my 18th birthday, so I was still 17 when my mom kicked me out, and it's not the ideal life that I thought I would be living, but a lot of trauma and a lot of mental health. Even with me being pregnant, you would think that I could get into a shelter quicker, but the program that I may qualify for won't take me because I'm pregnant, or I qualify for another program because I have depression and anxiety, but because of my severe PTSD, they won't take me, and all the trauma I've been through, they won't take me. It's not normal for a 20-year-old to have to hide some things like this from their friends, or when my friends ask me, why don't we ever come to your house, or why can't we ever hang out with you, and it's just because I'm on the streets, but I don't want to tell them that, Yeah. But it's hard. It's people think it's easy, and people think that we want to be out here, but there's not enough resources to help people, and just because we're out here doesn't make us less of a person. So I hope people realize that.
I want people to realize that we're humans. We have feelings, we have thoughts, we have inputs, and people need to be reminded that we are humans. I've been here since I was 5. I couldn't imagine being homeless anywhere else, that's for sure, let alone living anywhere else.
What happened 11 years ago?
I was incarcerated and lost my housing. When you get incarcerated for any amount of time, I was only in there for a month, you lose your housing because you can't pay your rent. But what they're doing with the homeless and the encampment ban, they cannot keep up with the rate of homelessness by building more shelters. Shelters are supposed to be temporary and help get you into housing. You're not supposed to be there for a year plus waiting for housing. I've been in almost every shelter in San Diego. I feel safer out here to a degree because I can walk away at any point in time out here. At a shelter after 8 p.m. curfew, you can't walk away and leave if you're having a stressed out day or conflict with another client. You can't get the reprieve you need being in a shelter when things get hectic and stressful. Yeah, it gets scary out here. A man was shot in front of my neighbor's tent about 5-6 days ago. Yeah, over an argument. The streets can be really, really traumatizing, and what they're doing, criminalizing the homeless, is not gonna work. They can write all the tickets they want, take people to jail. They can't even take people to jail unless they have a warrant because the jails are understaffed. People don't realize you send a homeless person to jail, you're gonna get out and still be homeless. The only way to get rid of encampments is to supply housing and prevent homelessness. It is growing unsurmountably. It's a housing crisis. It's not a homeless crisis. It is a housing crisis. They don't even have a program that helps you prevent becoming homeless. There's no subsidies for, like, let's say a senior and they're $300 short a month. There's no subsidies, no programs that help people out.
Thomas,
Yes, sir.
you're 72 years old.
That's right.
You have Social Security,
I got Social Security.
but it's not enough for rent.
They wanted $600 a month. They say you got to be making $1,250 a month, and then they got the place where they can put you in a place with somebody else in the room, and you both got to pay $800 a month. I said, what? Just a one room and two people got to pay $800 a month? Thank you very much for your interview.
Don't
get any more real than this.
No. It sure doesn't. Survival of the fittest. You know that. You've been out here long enough. It's taken me 56 years to figure out what I want to do with my life. And that's advocate for the homeless. And eventually, I'm going to run for city council. You don't have to do homelessness in a dilapidated state, but this is the bottom of the bottoms. You can't get any lower than being homeless, unless you're dead. I've been homeless since June 9th, 2012. And yeah, that's a really long time. I'm finishing up the last bit of stuff that I'm packing and taking to my house, with stuff I can actually cook on a stove instead of a little stove. I jumped through every hoop there is to get into housing. I signed all the paperwork. Every shelter I've been into said that they'd get me housing, and it didn't work, and Alpha Project is the one that has me in support of permanent housing. I'll be back later.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
You have my number. You call me. I'll come down here. You know that if you need me. No matter what, I'm going to have to deal with it at some point in time. The trauma of the streets. And with this transition into housing, it is imperative that I deal with it. I'm tired. I'm just enjoying the car ride. I haven't been in a car so many times in the last 12 years as I have in the last 3 days. Actually, it's kind of relaxing. Hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you today? I'm thrilled to death. I didn't believe it, even when they handed me the keys and I signed the paperwork, until I walked in there and then I started crying, of course. And it's all mine. They did such a good job building it. So that's the dining room and living room area. This is the best feature, I think, of the whole place, actually. Look at the size of that storage closet. You can fit a bedroom in there almost. That's the bathroom. One of my fellow advocates got me my shower curtain, towels, wash rag. She got me a sheet set. This is my bedroom. And this is where I live. Feels good. It's freedom, in a different sense of freedom. My first night sleeping in the bed was kind of difficult. I had to drink a double shot of chamomile tea and take 2 melatonin just to take the edge off, because it's so quiet. And I'm not used to the quiet. I'm used to there being noise, so I can't wait to get my TV and have a little bit of TV going on in the background so I can sleep better. The adjustment period is going to take time, from being outdoors for so long and being put indoors. But I think as time goes on, every day that I stay here, it'll get easier. Like, my housing coordinator, Victoria, will continue working with me and making sure that I'm okay in my new place. She will come by once or twice a week to make sure I'm okay. She brought me food once a week when I was out there on the streets, and she will bring me food again in here, because she knows I only get so much EBT and it's not gonna make it. And she knows I like to cook. I love to cook. Eventually I wanna get an island for right here to divide the kitchen and the living room area, so you can sit at the bar and eat your breakfast. People say housing first doesn't work. It does work. From there, you can tend to all your traumas, heal yourself, get all the help you need. When you house the homeless, they're off the streets and out of your view. They're never gonna catch up unless they build affordable housing and permanent supportive housing. To incarcerate someone a year costs just over $90,000. To house someone, you can house 3 people out of that $90-some odd thousand. 3 people. I love the fact that this is all mine and I don't have to open my door to anybody I don't want to. I don't have to be a people pleaser anymore. I can say no. My favorite part is, other than having a bathroom that's accessible 24 hours a day and a shower, a little bit of peace and solitude. I don't have to take a walk to get away from the madness. All I have to do is come home and go to my apartment.